Hi everyone, welcome back to Kidding Around. My name is Melanie Smith, and I think it is wonderful that you are here with me today on another Wanderlust Wednesday. Today we will be traveling to the country of Croatia. Before we do that though, if you like what you're seeing here and want to follow along with all of Kidding Around's videos, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and below each video click the thumbs up. Also, if you really like what you're doing here, please share us with your friends. Thank you so much. All right, are you ready? Let's pack our suitcases and hop on that plane, and we will travel to Croatia. Croatia is in Europe. It is actually the crossroads of Central and Southeast Europe, and it is on the Adriatic Sea. You might notice that it actually looks a little bit like a croissant. Do you see that? The climate in Croatia is pretty moderate. The average monthly temperature ranges between 27 degrees Fahrenheit in January to about 64 degrees Fahrenheit in July. Croatia ranks 127th by population in the world, with 4.13 million people calling Croatia home. Croatians are known as Croats. The official language of Croatia is Croatian, and other languages spoken there are Czech, Hungarian, Italian, Serbian, and Slavic. About 78% of Croatians claim knowledge of another language, and 49% of Croatians also speak English as well. 34% of people speak German as a second language, 14% speak Italian as a second language, and 10% speak French as a second language. So clearly, people in Croatia are well spoken, don't you think? The cuisine in Croatia depends quite a bit on where you are in the country. If you are on the coasts of Croatia, you will find Italian and Mediterranean cuisines, and you will find a lot of seafood and cooked vegetables and pasta. If you're inland, you will find the cuisines are influenced by Austrian and Turkish culinary styles, and there you would find meat, freshwater fish, and vegetable dishes. The main sport in Croatia is football, which if you are in the United States, you might see that as soccer. And there are lots of Olympic sports played there as well, and they have a pretty good representation at the Olympic Games. Another sport that you would find in Croatia is called Sinjska Alka. Since 1715, Croatians have competed in this traditional contest. Contestants who are called alkars dress in traditional clothes and gallop on horseback. They score by piercing their lances through a hanging metal ring. Another interesting part of Croatian culture is their dance. In fact, on the island of Korčula, a unique dance which is called the Moreska is performed, and it tells the story of two kings that fight for the love of a maiden. What makes this dance so special is that the performers spin and clash swords as they dance. Another interesting fact about Croatia is that the tie was invented there. In the 17th century, the tie was worn by the Croatian military when they were fighting for the French, and they caught the eye of the French King Louis XIV, and they quickly became a fashion trend that has clearly survived to today. Another interesting fact about Croatia is that it is the land of the Dalmatians. Dalmatia is one of Croatia's historical regions. It's famed as the birthplace of the Dalmatian breed of dog, which you know is loved for its spotted black and white fur. And the Dalmatian coast stretches along the coast of Croatia. And one final interesting fact that we are going to talk about today in Croatia is that it is home to an amazing sea organ. Beneath a marble staircase in Zadar, Croatia, you will find a set of 35 pipes inside an underwater chamber. This invention was made by an architect named Nikola Basic, and the motion of the waves pushing seawater into the pipes makes music. The melodies change depending on the weather. Wouldn't it be so interesting to go and listen to music made by water? I would love to go. I think I have to say that is on my bucket list. Well, I thought today that it would be fun to be able to make music with water, just the way that that sea organ does. And so in order to do that, I thought we would make a water xylophone. So you can see here my setup, and I'm going to show you how to make this. But I thought before we get started, I would also play a little concert for you. So I'm going to play a song. I'm curious if you know it. Listen. Did you recognize that? Did you hear it as Mary Had a Little Lamb? All right, I have one more song for you. Did you hear Baby Shark? All right, so you can play a lot of different songs with just these 5 notes that we are going to make today. I would love to hear the music that you make after you make your xylophone. But in order for you to make music, you have to make the xylophone. All right, so to do that, you will need a few supplies. So you will need several jars or glasses, and it will be easier if they are all the same style. You can see here I have mason jars that really made it easy for me to be able to make all of my notes go in the order that I wanted them to. If you don't have a lot of the same type of jars or glasses, you can use the different ones. You'll just really have to play around with it to get the notes that you want. All right, but I have 2 mason jars here that we are going to be using. And then if you want to use some food coloring, I think it kind of adds to your musical instrument. You can add food coloring in, but you certainly don't have to. That doesn't affect the sound. And then you will need a spoon or a knife, a butter knife, to be able to hit the glasses. And then, of course, you will need some water. So what you do, this is so simple. You pour some water into your containers, and then you play around with it until it makes the sound that you want. So I am going to play around here with 2 glasses, and I think, because I'm missing purple in my rainbow over here, I am going to color the water in my 2 glasses here purple. So I'm just going to drop a drop of food coloring in each one of those, or maybe 2 drops, and then I will take this spoon and I will mix it up. That way you can see the purple. Okay, and then once I have that, I am going to play around and see what I can do to make different notes. So you can see this one is full, or much more full than this one. So what do you think? Will that note be higher or lower? Okay, there's the note. So now I'm going to play this one over here, which has less water. Do you think it will be higher or lower than the one I just played? Oh, it's higher. So a smaller amount of water in a container that is in a similar sized container makes for a higher note. So we have low. Can you make that into a tune? I was going to try to see if I could do that Jaws theme. Do you know the Jaws theme? I don't know if you do or not. It's a classic song. Do 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 do. I was going to try to see if I could do that. So I am going to pour some water back into my pitcher so that I can, raise or lower my pitch? What was it? I got rid of water, so I am raising it, right? This is low, this is high. So if I have less water in my container, it will go higher. That's probably pretty close to Jaws. Did you hear that? Do, 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 do. It's higher than Jaws, but it is pretty close to the Jaws theme. So you get to play around with the water in your containers, your glasses or your jars, until you get to the right pitches. And once you get the pitches that you want, you can play a song. I will tell you, as I was putting the water into these glasses over here, I was trying to go with a major scale. So I'm just going to play each one of these glasses for you in turn, and we'll see if you recognize that. Maybe you recognize that from your music classes. Those are the first 5 notes in a major scale. I'll play it one more time. If you can get your notes into a major scale, it will really help you be able to play things like Mary Had a Little Lamb or Baby Shark. Or maybe you could even figure out Jaws. Let's see, can I figure out Jaws here? That's not quite right. No. That might be it. At least it's close. It's not quite right, but it's close. So once you get your major scale, then you can easily play around with it, and you can play some common songs that you recognize, that everyone recognizes. I would love to hear videos, to see videos of your music, I guess, to see a video of you playing your music once you have your water xylophone up and running. Please ask a grown-up to take a video and put that on our Facebook page. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, learning a little bit about music, learning about a sea organ, learning about a water xylophone, traveling to Croatia. I have had so much fun. I hope you have too. I look forward to seeing you on Friday. We'll be doing another Fun Film Friday, so please make sure to check us out on Friday. And until then, thanks again so much for joining me for this one. Thanks so much for kidding around with me. I will see you next time.